we have this north, east, south, and west. And of course, our sun appears rising from the east. So we all know that. So our sun is appearing na sumisikat siya sa east. And of course, tumulubog siya sa west. So we call, there is this imaginary line which is very special. We call this the meridian. So this meridian is responsible to know which time na tayo sa day or sa night. So if the sun is on the eastern part of the sky, we affix this as AM. So anti-meridian. So let's just fast forward it. Ayan. So kapag ang araw naman natin is ay along to the meridian na siya, tinatawag natin itong katanghalian or true solar moon. And kapag ang araw naman natin ay nasa western part of the sky na, we affix PM or post-meridian. So again, AM pag dito siya sa eastern part, then PM na siya pag nasa western part na siya. Now we also have this imaginary line that we so-called the celestial equator. Ang celestial equator naman, siya naman ang hati ng ating northern and southern part of the sky. And syempre, since ang Philippines is located near the equator, we can also see the equator. And kung kapansin natin na medyo malaki yung northern part niya. Dahil ang Philippines is located at the northern side of the equator. Then lastly, we have the ecliptic, which is the apparent path of our sun. So when we say apparent path, hindi siya yung exactly path ng araw. Kaya kung makikita tayong dates, December, November, October. And because of that, nagkakaroon tayo ng 4 astronomical seasons since ang Earth natin ay hindi siya diretso na umiikot. Nakatilt siya ng 23.5 degrees. So, this September, kung papansin nyo, ang araw natin ay along siya sa equator. Kung saan, halos makaparanas tayo ng equal days and equal nights. Tinatawag natin itong equinox. So, fast-forward natin para makita nyo. Kung papansin nyo, ang araw natin ay along dun siya sa equator natin. So, kitang-kita siya, no? So, after 3 months naman, ang araw natin ay nandun na sa baba, puntang south. So, during this time of the year, mapansin nyo na napakaili lamang ng araw at napakatagal ng gabi. So, during this time of the year, tinatawag natin itong winter solstice. And ganyan lang yung path niya. Isikat siya dito, lubog siya dito. Then after 3 months, bandang March, ang araw natin ay babalik sa equator. So kapag nasa equator ang araw, equal days and equal nights. Kasi another equinox. Then after 3 months naman, when the sun reaches its highest point throughout the year, tinatawag naman natin itong summer solstice. Kumbaga, nandun siya sa pinakataas na punto niya. Kumbaga, makakaranas naman tayo yung tinatawag nating longest day and shortest night. Mas matagal ang araw kaya sa gabi. Ngayon, ibalik natin siya sa current time natin. So, ang araw natin ay napakaliwanag. Kaya hindi natin nakikita yung mga celestial objects yan kasi natulog ng liwanag yan. So, bakit nga ba blue ang kalamitan natin? It's because of the shorter wavelength. That causes and appears the sky makes it blue. So, kapag naman ang araw ay napapalapit na sa horizon natin, tinatawag natin itong sunset. Now, what will it be if the sun is below the horizon? Tinatawag naman natin itong twilight. So, the first twilight we call is this single twilight, kung saan makikita natin ang first magnitude of stars, yung maganyan lang, na sobrang liwanag na stars. Then, after a few minutes, when the sun reaches the 62 degrees below the horizon, we call this the nautical twilight, kung saan nakikita natin ang up to 4 magnitude of stars. A few minutes, when the sun reaches 12 to 18 degrees below the horizon, tinatawag naman natin itong astronomical twilight. And after that, kapag totally nakalubog na ang araw natin, 18 degrees pababa, dito na nagsisimula ang ating gabi. So this is what our sky looks like tonight. Ano bang makikita natin pamayang gabi? So first, let's take a look kung sino yung mga planets available dyan. So, simulan natin dito. Sino ba ito? Si Venus. Okay? Sige, nakikita tayo kay Venus. Yan. So, yan si Venus. Ano bang alam natin kay Venus? Parang may naalala ko kanina. Si Si Ma'am Venus na din. Pangalan niya. So, this is Venus. So, si Venus ay halos similar lang siya sa size ng Earth. The difference is, Venus is in retrograde motion. Kung magpapaliktad yung ikot niya. Katulad, hindi siya katulad ng Earth natin. Also, Venus is entitled the hottest planet in our solar system. So, you know the greenhouse effect. Ganon din yung kay Venus. Sobrang heat ng atmosphere niya, natrap yung heat, that's why siya ang pinaka-mainit. So, take note that si Neptune is hindi siya visible sa naked eye natin. You need a binoculars or a high-power telescope para mas makita niya siya ng mas maayos. So, Neptune is the farthest planet away from our solar system. So, mostly nag-appear siyang blue because of its elements, which is made up of methane. So, ang normally, ang mga elements ng naman ng mga gas giants is hydrogen, helium, and methane. So, si Neptune nag-appear siyang blue because of its element na si methane. And so, tignan naman natin si Pluto. So, there is actually a reason why they are called dwarf planets instead of a planet. So, there are three classifications. IAU set a three classification method for a object to be a planet. So, first, dapat daw siya ay bilog or circular. So, si Pluto is circular. So, it's a check. So, papansin nyo, hindi lang masyadong nailawan lahat. Since parang may phases din siya. Yung part lang natin nakakarawan. Next, dapat daw si Pluto ay nag-orbit sa star. So, si Pluto naman ay nag-orbit sa araw natin. So, ang araw naman natin ay star, di ba? And lastly, dapat daw clear ang orbit niya. Si Pluto ay nag-orbit sa Kuiper Belt, which is full of asteroids. So, wala siyang sariling orbit. Kaya demote siya bilang dwarf planet. Nag-demote din si Ceres bilang dwarf planet. Ang pinagkaiba lang, si Ceres ay hindi sa Kuiper Belt. Si Ceres ay nandun naman sa asteroid belt. So, ang asteroid belt naman ay matatagpuan sa gitna ni Mars at ni Jupiter. So, asterism is more like a formation ng shape. So, katulad nito. Pag-triangle siya, di ba? This is a asterism. But the constellation behind it is we have the star, which is Vega from constellation Lyra. Then we have this Venus from constellation Cygnus and Altair from constellation Aquila. So these are the constellations. So this is what it looks like, information nila. On drawing lang, no? So, next, kung makapansin nyo, we also have this hook-like shaped constellation right here. So if you watch Moana, pamilyar na kayo sa constellation pa. So, may hook siya. So, ano nga ba itong constellation na ito? This is actually zodiacal constellation, Scorpius. So, kung ito rin, kung matikman nyo siya, if you're going to shape this on your mind, ito yung, what mo sulit siya as takore, if you know takore. So, ano tawag? Ano takore sa English?
Hello.
So, ito yung ulo niya, yung takore, kasi ito yung uso, ito yung lumalabas sa tubig. Pagganyan siya, no? Kasi ito yung hawakan handle. So, sino nga ba sa constellation? Kaya hindi siya yung takore constellation. Siya ay si Sagittarius. So, kung yung shape niya, parang shape talaga siya ng takore. So, these two are zodiacal constellation. So, alam niyo siguro yung mga zodiac signs, no? So, fun fact, the zodiac signs is aligned with the ecliptic, which is the imaginary line that I discussed earlier. So, kung alam natin yung pagkakasunod-sunod, we have here Scorpius. Before Scorpius, sino ba ang zodiacal constellation? We have this scale, which is Libra. Before Libra, we have the Virgin, which is Virgo. So, ito naman tayo. Pagkakasunod-sunod na. After Sagittarius, we have the Capricorn, which is sino ba? Capricornus. Then after Capricornus, we have the Water Bearer, which is Aquarius. Then we have the Fish, which is Pisces. So most of us, ang isip natin, there are only 12 zodiacal constellation. But in fact, there are 13 zodiacal constellation. So sino ba yung pang 13, no? So ang pang 13 zodiacal constellation ay si Ophiuchus. So bakit nga ba siya hindi sinasama madalas? So did you know that Ophiuchus is a bad luck in Chinese? Kasi meron siyang hands. Kaya mostly hindi siya sinasama. Kaya alam natin that there are only 12 zodiac signs. So, may story naman kasi yan. So, Ophiuchus is actually the enemy of the Almighty Hercules. So, syempre, kaya natin sa Hercules, masyado siyang malakas, parang siyang headhunting, parang siyang tinatalo, which includes the mighty dragon, Draco. Diba? So now, fast forward natin ng konti para makita naman natin yung kung ano naman yung sky natin mamayang madaling araw or bukas madaling araw. So while everything is rotating through time, there's this specific star na hindi umikot. Kita niyo ba itong star na ito? Nandiyan lang siya, hindi siya maalis. This star is actually used for navigation to find our true north. So madalas siya ginagamit, kahit ang unang panahon ginagamit siya para malaman kung saan ang north. Ginagamit mo siya doon sa mga namamangka para hindi siya maligaw. So, gamit siya bilang navigation. So, sino nga ba itong star na ito? This is actually the star Polaris, which is used to navigate our true north. So, saan nga ba constellation si Polaris? Polaris is from the constellation Ursa Minor. So, hindi ito visible si Ursa Major. So, probably mamaya. So, the middle triangle naman is, as you can see, this bright star. We have here Betelgeuse, Sirius, and Procyon. These three stars na nag-form din siya ng triangle. So, tingnan na natin kung anong constellation itong galing na ito, si Betelgeuse. So, Betelgeuse is from the constellation Orion, which is maraming nakakilala dahil napaka-distinct na itong tatlong dito na ito sa break niya, which is Anita, Anilang, and Mintaka. So, Orion is hunting one of the zodiacal constellation. So, sino ba itong V-shape na ito? Si Taurus. Which is, ang puso ni Taurus ay si Pleiades, which is a star cluster. So, syempre, ang hunter is accompanied with two dogs. So, sino ba ang unang aso niya? We have here Canis Major and Canis Minor. So, of course, these two dogs cannot hunt the bull. That's why they are asked to hunt the rabbit, which is Lepus. So while hunting Lepus, they discovered a mythical horse, si Monoceros, which can also be called a unicorn. So tuloy na natin yung zodiac constellation, sasabagin si Taurus. So meron pang constellation sa gitna ni Pisces at ni Taurus. Sino ba? Sino ba yung ram? Si Aries. Then after Taurus, we have the twins, which is Pollux and Castor no? This time ito. Well, sino ba yung twins? Zodiac sign. We have Gemini. Then after Gemini, we have the Dove, which is Cancer. Then of course, the Lion, which is Leo. So hindi pa natin makikita lahat ng zodiac constellation. Since kung saan nakaposition yung araw ngayon, yung sa boundary ng zodiac sign ngayon, nandun talaga muna yung ating kung nasaan yung araw ng posisyon, yun yung zodiac sign available during that day or month. So, balik tayo ng konti. So, meron pa ako gusto i-discuss na constellation. So, when you see this W-shape or M-like shape constellation or inverted W, ayan ito, parang M na ito. This is actually the zodiacal constellation from which is Cassiopeia. So, si Cassiopeia, meron siyang asawa na si Cepheus. So, Cassiopeia said that she is more beautiful than the nymphs. So, which angered Poseidon. So, kaya, yung anak nila, nag-slave. Sino ba yung anak nila? Si Andromeda. So, to save Andromeda, here comes the rescue, which is Perseus. So, Perseus is mostly, dahil sa kanyang Gallian horse. Sino ba yung Gallian horse ni Perseus? We have here, Pegasus. So, of course, dahil nagalit na si Poseidon, nagpadala siya ng sea monster. So, ang sea monster na pinadala niya ay si Cetus, which is a kraken. To defeat Cetus, Perseus uses Medusa's head to turn Cetus into a stone. So marami pa tayong constellation. Actually, hindi pa rin discuss. Meron tayong shepherd constellation sa taas. Ito ni Taurus. Na si Orion. So, sige, silipin natin lahat. Yan. There are a total of 88 divisions of constellations in the sky. Of course, each of them has their story of their own. Medyo nang-weird ako sa constellation na to. It's the head of Pegasus. Ika nila. This is Aquarius. So each constellation have their own boundary. So ano ang purpose ng boundary nila? Ano na ba kayo? Nature, shower, event, observation. So, kung meron na kayo, medyo familiar na kayo sa rules ng boundary. So, for example, meron tayong tinatawag ng Orionates. So, Orionates can be found in constellation Orion. So, if that specific meteor shower is seen at the boundary of Orion, we call this the Orionates. Pero kapag ang meteor shower niya is nasa labas, ng boundary ni Orion, hindi naman active na constellation, we call that a sporadic meteor shower. So, sporadic siya sa labas. Lagi naman may meteor shower. Sadyang mahirap mo siya makita dito sa location natin since meron na yung light pollution. This is the Eagle Nebula. So bakit nga ba siya tinawag ng Eagle Nebula? Because it shapes like an eagle. Ito yung ulo niya, ito yung backpack niya. Diba? Kasi ito lang naman yung mga naming terms nila. So next we have here Pleiades naman. So Pleiades is a star cluster. Yan ang itsura ni Pleiades. So, minsan, tinatagurian din siya Seven Sisters ng mga ibang religious religions. Kasi parang may something daw sa kanya. So, of course, we can discuss Mars. Ayan, si Mars. Meron siyang two moons. Ang two moons si Mars, we have Deimos and Phobos. So, Mars is the fourth planet away from the Sun. So, Mars also holds the longest valley. Kani basa yung Olympus Mons. So, Mars is a terrestrial planet. So, what are the difference between terrestrial planet and Jovian or gas giants? The terrestrial planet, just like Earth, is meron tayong tinatawag ni non-solid surface. Just yung napakan natin. While dun sa mga gas giants, pure lang sila na gas. We have Jupiter, the largest planet in our solar system. Ayan, kita yung kanyang great red spot, which is his storm. Nakasya daw ang 2 Earths. So, si Jupiter ngayon naman ang nag-hold ng pangalawa sa may pinakamaraming moons. Which is also, Jupiter is responsible sa gravitational pull niya, napupul mostly lahat ng mga asteroid galing sa asteroid belt. Kaya walang masyadong asteroid na tumatama sa atin. Then next we have Uranus. Or Uranus. So Uranus also have rings, just like Saturn. Actually, lahat naman ng gas giants and Jovian planets may rings. So diyan ang visible lang is yung kay Saturn at kay Uranus. Hindi lang din masyadong makulay or visible yung kay Jupiter at kay Neptune. So Uranus is considered the ice giant. So si Neptune, tinatawag siyang ice giant, but actually it is wrong. Kasi fake ice giant din siya. Then we have Makemake Momoya Aries, which is a dwarf planet. So hindi natin sila i-check kasi masyado silang malayo. And discuss na natin sa Neptune. So Mercury is currently kasama ng araw. That's why hindi siya masyadong visible. Kasi kasama niya yung araw, which is naghihinder yung kanyang ilaw. So as the sun started to rise again, it marks the beginning of a new day. And also, this ends our presentation.